this point, we're going to connect the dot again from what you're talking about to what's happening out in the real world here. We have Bill Kish out at Cricket Valley right now, or actually he's in his house. We have a short video of him out at Cricket Valley, and another and some more activists out at CPV that we're going to be throwing to now. Bill, do you have looks like you have your video on there. I'm going to go ahead and unmute you. There we are. Bill.
Thanks, Eric.
Hey, you betcha. And welcome. Thanks for being here. Let's see, I got Dietmar's video pinned here. Let me just, okay. All right. So I'm curious. I know you've been fighting this battle for a while to stop these plants from being built and to then stop them from being operated. Where's that coming from? Tell me about that journey a bit and where you are right now.
So I'm in Dutchess County, New York. It's about 2 hours north of New York City, and about 20 miles from where I am right now is a town called Dover, New York, where this 1.1 gigawatt natural gas fired plant is coming online imminently. They just announced that they are what they call in commercial operation. I don't think that they're exactly delivering energy to the grid yet, but this plant is located right on the Iroquois pipeline. So it's pulling in gas from Pennsylvania, frack gas, everyone knows about that, gas from Canada, and converting that into electric power. So you have a 2 gigawatt plant that you were talking about in terms of Indian Point. This can replace about half of that. From Google Earth, you can see that this is in a valley. It's called the Harlem Valley. And this is a combined cycle plant. So it's really, really efficient, which should make us all feel super good. But that's not so great because in the end, it's still producing carbon dioxide, releasing methane, releasing nitrous oxides, producing all of these emissions. And because it's so efficient and it's in a valley, all of these emissions will not rise on a thermal plume because the gases are very cool. They're just going to sit here in the valley and smother us. So my journey is once I didn't really find out about this plant until they had started construction. The people who built it did an excellent job of keeping it quiet. But once I found out about this plant, once I realized what it was going to do to the local environment, and also how much greenhouse gas it was going to be pumping out, which is about 6 million tons a year, I realized I had to do something. So I searched out like-minded people, and we've been protesting at the plant. A number of us were arrested in November for shutting down the plant. Some of us climbed the smokestacks there. But the plant's ready to go online, and seems highly coincidental, you could say, that it's ready to go online right now.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that because there was a very well-produced video of that protest, and I wanted to show it or show a little bit of it. And I asked some of your organizational friends, I guess, I think Resist Cricket Valley, if I could use it, and they said no. So there seems like there's some division here between people that, of course, we all have the same values. We want to shut this gas down. We don't want it to be built. But there is a division in there on what to do about nuclear and how interrelated nuclear is in this question. And that, the person then sent me a 6-page PDF that said, read the study. We don't need Indian Point. And quickly scanned through it. I'm like, well, there's a whole lot of what ifs and we coulds in here. So can you talk to me a little bit about the tension within the kind of anti-fracking community, if you are fracking activism community, that you see there, and what that's like? Yeah.
Well, first of all, from my point of view, I'm willing to work with anybody whose goal is to stop pumping more carbon into the atmosphere, because I realize that that's the greatest evil. And the good that we can do is to find ways of keeping the carbon in the ground without killing people. So that being said, this is a big mental lift for a lot of environmentalists to get to the place of releasing the 1970s and 80s anti-nuclear activism that was a core part of environmentalism. And I don't really know what the right answer is, but I'm willing to talk with anybody who wants to discuss their stance on nuclear power and their stance on fossil fuel. What I can say is that all these people have they really have their hearts in the right place and their minds in the right place. They want to stop gas-fired plants like this, because we understand that from cradle to grave that fracked natural gas kills people, kills environments, and kills the planet. So I want to work with those people. At the same time, I want to be able to say we need the best technology, and we need to look at scientific realities in terms of how we can ensure that we have a reliable electric supply without taking on that fossil fuel burden.
Yeah, all right, and I agree with you that the heart is definitely in the right place, and we do want the same things. So I appreciate your courage to cross the tribal lines as they were. That's one a Finnish friend of mine would say in response to kind of these little silos we put ourselves in. He would say, "Human's gonna human," and it is true. But at the end of the day, we do just want a better future for the next generation. So I'm glad that you're here and helping open up that dialogue a bit. So thank you so much for your advocacy.